Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of our Let's Play Ace Academy. Here we are. I think that's where we left off. At least it's a nice day to be waiting for the bus. The stop is a bit crowded. I lean against the shelter as I wait, but the bus squeals to a halt in front of me only a few minutes after my arrival. I follow the other passengers on, scan my ID, and search the row for a free seat. I settle in the first seat I find and grumble as a large man sits down beside me, crushing me against the window. It's alright, imagine how enjoyable this ride will be. Well, I can already imagine. Luckily, it isn't a long ride, and I'm at school before I can complain too much. I pulled up the schedule on my phone and checked my first class, Gear Arsenal 201. The building isn't too far away either. I soon reached the building. The classroom is about half the size of the lecture hall for Piloting 101 class. For some reason, this is a comfort to me, probably because it reminds me of the class size at CINY. I take a seat near the back of the room, and just as the professor enters,
Good morning, class. Welcome to Gear Arsenal 201. I'm sure you're all tired of hearing the same welcome spiel, so I won't even bother with it. Instead, we're going to drive straight into the material.
Okay.
Question: who can name one of the leading companies in gear weapon manufacturing?
Paragon Weaponry. I love how it shows what the answer's supposed to be. Before I have a chance to answer another student.
Vector Industries!
Sorry, incorrect.
Paragon Weaponry.
Very good.
Why isn't it Vector?
Vector deals with thrusting and maneuverability, whereas Paragon deals with weaponry. Hence the name Paragon Weaponry. Their recent area of study has shown that
He goes into detail of Paragon Weaponry's R&D and the future of beam weaponry for the remainder of the class.
That's all the time we have for today. You'll find this week's readings and assignments on your web link. Have a good day.
Okay, students scramble to collect their things and before hurrying out of the room. I think I'll go back to the hangar. This class has inspired me to go have a proper look at my gear. I take a path through the pilot's lounge and follow the tunnel until I reach my gear. Pulling down the ladder beside my docking station, I climb to the top, which is about level with the chest section of the robot. I unlock the chest cavity with a mechanical roar. It splits open, separating panels, revealing a lowered seat. I easily hop into the seat and breathe in the comforting scent of metal and plastic. It faintly reminds me of a new car smell. Once I'm settled in, I trigger the closing sequence. As the chest panel returns, my seat scoops me further into my gear until I'm nestled in the darkness of the cockpit. I initiate the boot up sequence. The cockpit glows a faint red, then flickers into life, and I can't help but smile at the familiarity of it all. The bright glow of the panels illuminate the interior until there isn't a trace of shadow left. Statistics blink around me in a series of rapid numbers and diagrams.
Gear initialization sequencing complete.
The familiar voice of my Kia feels like a warm and welcome from an old friend. Eagle, please run a comprehensive check.
System in progress.
Nothing to do now, but wait. The lights along my display pulse with changing colors as the check progresses. It flows through warm colors, red, orange, yellow, before illuminating the cockpit with a bright green.
All system functions normal. Unknown docking station detected.
Register the current dock as home station.
Completed. Recommendation: please update system calibration configuration.
The This is recommended all the time. Whenever we change locations, Eagle will request a recalibration of the system. Even the slightest difference in air pressure can trigger an inaccuracy. At least the process is easy. All I have to do is make sure I correctly follow the sequential number order as so Eagle can achieve the necessary internal calculations. Alright, start up the process.
Calibration sequence initiating.
I give it a few minutes as Eagle automatically adjusts itself.
Calibration successful.
Perfect. Everything seems to be in order. After one last look, I shut down my gear and unlock the chest cavity again. Once I hop out, the panels slide back in place until I hear a faint click of them locking. As I turn towards the elevator, I spot Sho waving at me. I nimbly make my way down and stand beside him.
Mr. Broseph!
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Is this your go-to hangout place? This is the second time I've run into you here.
Hey, I guess it's starting to be. What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd pay a visit to my gear. It helps when I keep her company for a bit. Keeps her spirits up.
Inanimate objects don't have genders. Huh?
Yeah.
Your girlfriend? Sho laughs.
No, my gear.
Your gear is a she.
Yeah, what's yours?
My gear.
Right, a she or a he?
And it.
Oh.
He pauses.
Well, thanks anyways.
For
For
what?
thinking it was possible for me to have a girlfriend.
Well then,
So, what were you doing here?
just checking to make sure everything's working fine.
And does it?
Yep. He glances curiously at my gear.
How about a simulator match?
I shrug. It'll be nice to get a feel for how things are done nowadays. Sure.
We can both use the basic robot program. That way, all accessories and weapons will be the same, and it'll be based on skill.
May the best man win. He grins and races to in the opposite direction. I see him pause by a green gear before I get back into my own. Once I settle in the cockpit, I switch to the open network configuration. Okay, and I just realized I never set my timer, so we'll go for 20 minutes and hopefully didn't overdo the timing of this. Okay. Immediately a request from Shu comes in and I accept. After we're connected, we boot up our virtual training simulation program.
Oh, very fancy. I haven't seen an American-style gear up close before.
I experimented with my gear controls and watch in amusement as it makes the same movements within the simulator. Simulators are freakishly accurate to emulate the real thing, but it still can't quite replicate the feeling of the live matches. You can feel every impact or even the slightest shift in motion within a VTS.
As you can see, both of us are kitted with the same standard equipment. You have your energy shield for blocking, thrusters for movement, a ranged weapon, and a close combat weapon.
I evaluate my gear and find all the components he mentioned. Any particular reason why we aren't playing from our personal arsenal?
This will level the playing field. We'll have to win by skill alone.
Trying to see what I'm made of. Sho grins.
Remember, you have to use the right tool at the right time. There's usually more than one right move you can make, but you have to think fast.
Okay. This isn't my first time. I'm no stranger to penetrating a gear with my beam blade. Sho snorts a
I
laugh.
hope you soften him up first with some shots.
I can't stop the grin on my
Are
face.
you ready?
Yep.
Let's do.
My hands fall naturally into place and grip the controls. I can't stop the smile that spreads across my face as my heart beats faster in anticipation. I've missed this. Ego shifts into a fighting stance and holds out his gun, while Sho activates his thrusters and points his double-barrel gun at me. Dodge. I dash out of the way as his attack misses its mark. I equip one of my guns and return fire. He dodges, but my shot still grazes him and he takes some damage. As I boost forward, Sho moves back to keep the distance between us. He shoots again, but his aim is not accurate, and I weave away with my gun in hand like I take aim. My aim is true, and Sho's shield shimmers as it absorbs the shot. Judging by how deep of a shimmer, it looks like he took a significant amount of damage. Since Sho likes using range weapons, I better close the distance and force him into melee battle. I boost forward. Slash. I switch to my sword mid-boost and swing the blade at a high arc. Sho tries to block with his guns, and my sword lands on them with a loud crack. We struggle in a battle of wills, and sweat beads down my face. A loud roar escapes my lips as I channel my strength into my attack and break through Sho's defense. As my sword falls through, Sho's gear goes dark. With the match over, I shut down my gear and get back on the ground. After a few minutes, Sho appears.
Not bad. I knew I made a good choice with you. I've got a sixth sense for these things.
Yeah, thanks. You're not so bad yourself.
Anyway, we'll want to meet up tomorrow before the qualifier to practice. So what's your number?
We quickly exchange numbers. So I guess I should go and get some stuff done.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'll see you later then.
The pilot's lounge always has something going on. Bye. I head back towards Pilot's lounge. So far, every time I've passed through this lounge, it has been full of students. I'm sure I'll either meet someone cool or find something interesting to do here. When I'm entering the lounge, I'm surprised to see a crowd surrounding the bar. I can't make out anything intelligible from the jumble of words and voices, but it must be something big based on the sheer level of excitement in the room. What's going on? I wander close to the edge. The crowd approaches to standing on. Hey! She responds without really seeing me.
Hello.
I jerk my head towards the crowd. What are all these people so excited about?
Akira's here.
Who? She turns towards me and frowns on her face. Lessens when she notices my blonde hair.
You must be the new transfer student.
Yeah, sorry. Have we met?
No, but it explains why you don't know who Akira is.
What? Seems like he's kind of a big deal.
That's an understatement. He's the top pilot here at ACE.
Really?
Yeah. I heard that in his first year here, he was already placed in his team's starting lineup.
As the first year?
Unreal, right? Now he's a third year and finally the team lead.
I crane my neck trying to spot him. I think I catch a flash of white hair, but it's hard to tell with all the people. That's pretty impressive.
That's not even the half of it. Akira's one of the nicest guys around. He says hello to everyone he meets and actually tries to learn the names of his classmates. When he compliments you, he means it. Even though these gear matches can get very competitive, Akira treats all his opponents with respect.
She sighs.
He's a great friend to have.
Sounds like you know him pretty well. Her face turns pink.
Oh, no, I've never actually met him.
As if on cue, a path forms amid the throng of people, and a male pilot with white hair and kind eyes walks towards me. He laughs with a group of girls surrounding him. Our eyes meet for a second, his calm smile still intact. He can't be right. That can't be right. He must have recognized someone behind me and smiled at them. Regardless, after the departure of Akira and his group, the lounge feels quieter even though it's still full of students. Pilots turn back to whatever programs they were watching and order drinks at the bar. Others return to games they were originally playing. I stand awkwardly on my own and I don't see anyone I recognize. Everyone seems to be intent on their own thing, so I decide to head home. It's getting late anyways. I wait impatiently for the bus. When it pulls up, I climb on and grab Anaya's seat. As the bus moves on, I dream of my beautiful bike the entire way home. Apparently my character is obsessed with his bike. I enter the house and hear laughter coming from the kitchen. I drop my bag on the floor and follow the sounds of my family and the delicious smell of dinner. Hey! I sit at the table and watch Nikki and Uncle Kato move around the kitchen. They're wearing matching aprons. Looking good, Uncle. That apron really suits you. It brings out your eyes. Kato Ikari.
That's it. I'm done.
He tears out the apron and tosses it aside.
You said I'd look cool.
Nikki giggles and goes back to the food she's cooking.
You did look cool. Every lady loves a man who can cook.
And I love a lady who cooks for me.
Amen.
Kato sits beside me. We laugh as Nikki sticks her tongue out at us.
Men.
So what are we having?
Guess.
Oh god, not this again. Kato laughs.
How was your day, bud?
It was alright.
Yeah. What kind of shenanigans did you get up to?
Nothing major. Had class this morning, checked out my gear after. One of my teammates showed up and we had a practice simulation.
Sounds fun.
It was. I think we'll make a good team.
Who else is on the team?
Sho, myself, and a couple girls.
Good-looking girls?
I shrug. Yeah, I guess. Kato winks at me and I just shake my head. Nikki places a full plates in front of us, then removes her apron and joins us at the table.
What else did you get up to today?
I hung out at the Pirates Lounge for a bit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was. I actually learned a lot about a guy named Akira. He's the top tier pilot in the program.
So he's your rival.
Rival?
Yeah, these types of stories always need a villain as rival.
Well, he's actually a pretty nice guy, well liked.
Really? Is he cute?
How should I know?
Did the girls think he was cute?
I guess so. Nikki beams.
Accomplished, polite, and cute. You could learn a thing from him.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
The mischievous little sister character. Kato cleans his plate, then rests a hand on his stomach and lets out a loud belch. Nikki and I blink at him.
I was simply complimenting the chef.
I should do the same. I open my mouth to burp, but Nikki squeals in protest.
Please don't. I'd rather not have them.
Kato and I laugh as Nikki clears the table. Kato rests a hand on my shoulder.
Sounds like you've had quite the day, bud.
It'll get easier once I am in the swing of things.
Of course. Want to watch a movie or something before you two head to bed?
I almost say yes, but a long yawn escapes my mouth. I'm pretty fried. I think I might go review some notes and then get to bed early. I've got qualifiers tomorrow.
That's fair.
I'll join you when I'm done cleaning.
I'll help you.
Thanks.
I stand up and Kato and Nikki both wave.
Good night.
Good night.
I wave back and head to my room. In my room, I crawl into bed and grab my tablet to review my notes from today's class. I'm only partway through when my eyes grow heavy and I can't read any longer. I flick off the light and close my eyes. As I drift to sleep, I dream of tomorrow's qualifiers. Per usual, I am awoken by the blare of my alarm, but today I don't hesitate to get out of bed. I have a really busy day ahead, and I can't afford to lounge around. I get dressed and head downstairs. As I pass Nikki's room, I notice her door is open and her room is empty. She must be in the kitchen. When I reach the kitchen, no one is there. Uncle Kato is always gone before I wake up, but usually Nikki is around. There must be something going on at her school today, which is why she left early. I fix myself a quick breakfast and scarf it down. Then I hop on my bike and head to school. Once I reach the campus, I navigate to class easily. Hey, I'm getting used to this place. The classroom is mostly full by the time I arrive, and all the seats in the back are taken. I spot an empty seat close to the window by the front of the room. As I sit down, a girl beside me with bright pink hair glances briefly in my direction. A few minutes later, the professor enters the room and heads straight for the front desk.
Welcome to History 201. Today we'll be covering...
The lesson lasts for a while, but the material is not bad.
We only have a few minutes before class ends, but your first assignments will be a group project on a case study of your choice. Since it's the first day of class, I'll be assigning your partners.
She points to pairs of students sitting next to each other. Finally, she reaches me.
You and you are partners.
She points to me and the pink-haired girl beside me. We look at each other and she gives me a friendly smile. She seems nice enough.
Your project will be due next week. Class dismissed.
Classroom is abuzz with shuffle of students. I turn towards my partner. Hey, I'm Tony. She smiles warmly.
I'm Yuna. Pleased to meet you.
Her eyes flicker to my stripes.
You must be new.
Yeah, how did you know?
I tend to know most of the pilots here.
Although her uniform fits her like a glove, it is severely lacking in stripes. You aren't a pilot, are you? She laughs slightly.
No, I've just worked with a lot of them. I'm a pilot health and physiotherapy student.
That's a mouthful. She laughs again.
Yeah, PHPT for short. Anyway, what do you think our topic should be?
What if we focused on more of the psychological impact of development and growth of robotics as a field? Her face lights up.
Absolutely! This could also delve into social impact and how society is adapting to the growth of this field, such as the development of new specialties, like studies in pilot health.
That should be right up your alley.
What about you? Are you okay with that?
Sounds interesting to me too. Yuna
Sounds
smiles.
like we have our topic.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Me
good
too.
about this one.
We're going to have a great project.
By this time, most of the class has already caught up with their partners and left the room. We should probably do the same. There might be another class that needs this room. Anyway, we should probably get going.
Yeah, you're right.
I begin to gather my things when Yuna interrupts me.
Wait,
Yuna.
may I have your number?
Give my number. 867-5309. Yuna links and furrows her brow.
Aren't you missing some numbers?
She gives me a strange look.
If you don't want to give me your number, I'll understand.
Sorry, that's my old American number. I'll give you my new number.
Oh, okay, sure.
We quickly exchange numbers and gather our things. My phone vibrates as we leave the classroom. I glance at her wondering if she's already sent me a text, but she doesn't have her phone out. When I pull out my number, I see an unread message from Show. Big news, Broseph. We are the first phase of qualifying matches. Team is meeting at the hangar. Having my first official team meeting today should be interesting. Although I feel a couple of flutters in my stomach, I am more excited than nervous to see everyone. Once outside, Yuna turned towards me.
Do you have any more classes today?
No, but I'm headed to the hangar. I've got to meet my team for qualifiers. She nods.
Good luck.
Thanks. We wave our head and head in our separate ways. And I'm going to call that an episode for now. And hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, you can like, subscribe, comment for the YouTube algorithms. Patreon always helps out the channel, and hopefully I can get myself in gear to actually get these things recorded on a semi-more regular basis. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, and see